Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. It's your main man, Joe Dupree, in the building, 100 BLK, the Black Station, www.the100blk.com. It is 3 minutes past the hour on this fourth day of August, the first full week of August. It is Make It Happen Monday. Welcome to hashtag Truth Be Told. /JD Live, your early morning get up, wake up, your 1 hour of power. Oh, we in the building, family. And today we got a lot to talk about. But before we get into it, and of course, I never come in here by myself. I always got a little help from my friends. I want to do something before I even bring my friends in. To anybody out there celebrating a birthday or an anniversary today, let me ring the bell for you. Today is your special day, be it that you call it your Earth Day, be it that you call it no day at all. But if today is the day that you arrived here many, many moons ago, or today is the day that you told somebody you loved them and y'all decided to make some vows, I just wanted to ring the bell for you. Because today, on this Make It Happen Monday, I got to talk about there's really nothing to see over here. I have been watching the news and I can only laugh. Charlemagne the God went on Fox with Donald Trump's daughter-in-law and kind of said, I'm going to say what I got to say. In Texas right now, they're trying their best to go ahead and stack the deck, not because it's what's good for the people. It's not what the people want. It's because, as one Republican legislator said, we can do it because we got the numbers and we just can do it. So we're going to get into some great conversation. We're going to get your Monday started off the right way. Listen, no matter how your weekend looked, no matter how yesterday looked, no matter how the last second looked, now is a new time. It's a new day. And family, you are here and we're telling you that you can do it. You can make it and all will be well. Let me put my hands together. Because like I said, I don't come in here by myself. I never, but I got my spiritual conscience, my sister, from another mister. I love her dearly. Y'all put your hands together for Sister Jax, the author, the therapist, the celebrity life strategist. Jax, good morning, my sister. How you doing?
What up, Joe? I'm doing phenomenal. It was an amazing weekend as usual. God is so good. You know what, Joe? I would say one of my highlights for my weekend is kind of a sad note, but my art therapy student that we always talk about, Brother A plus, they finally ran down on him and he got locked up last week, right? But the good part, he's like, Miss J, I'm just ready to get this bit over with. Whatever they're gonna sentence me with, I'm just ready to get it over with and change my life. And he called me. My phone rang 6 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, and it was him calling from jail. And he wanted to go over the Bible. He said, Miss J, I got my hands on a Bible last night and I was reading Proverbs. He said, I just want to read it to you, go over it with you. So we stayed on the phone for about 30 minutes Saturday morning, 6 o'clock, going over scripture. So for me, that just warmed my heart. So big ups to my baby boy, A plus. Let's get this bit over with and come back home and do things different.
That part, listen. Beretta used to say it best. If you can't do the time, don't do the crime. And when you do the crime, sometimes you got to do the time. And even though you may, in the process of getting ready to go do the time, you find the light, see the light, and step into the light. You still got to pay the cost to Caesar. You know, God's got a lot of forgiveness for you, but Caesar, you got to render unto Caesar what is due Caesar.
That's
so
right.
Family, look, I've been teasing it. I've been talking about it. Y'all put your hands together. Special guest for this week. Ooh-wah, 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 did it. Tell me about that boy from New York City. Y'all put your hands together in the building from 107.5 WBLS. The open lines on lines. He's back. It's Brother Fatim. Good morning, Brother Fatim. How you doing?
There's that face.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Three the Hard Way is back.
That's right.
This is it. First of all, let me say good morning. Grand rising to you, my queen sister, Sister Jax Joe. Y'all been holding it down. Let me just say this first of all. Good to be back, but let me just talk about Brother A plus first, because I think, there's so much news out here, but this is a brother that you brought into our life, Sister Jax. This is the work that you do in the community. And Joe, you embrace this brother. Sister Jax, the work that you do is tremendous. And it's not about how many times you fall down, even though we don't want you to fall down a lot of times. It's how you get back up and keep going. So what we do, we could put our hands together, as you started, Sister Jax, by saying, God, we pray for this brother A+, because like you said, he called you and wanted to talk about scriptures. And this is to nourish his mind, body, soul, and spirit. Then let's embrace him. Let's pray for him. And let's push forward. And hopefully there'll be a great, better new day for this brother coming in the future.
Amen. That's right.
Amen.
That's right.
8
Thank you so
minutes.
much, Brother Fatim.
8 minutes past the hour. Family, hold it. I feel like Snoop right now. With so much drama in the LBC, it's kind of hard being Snoop LWG. Man, with so much drama out here. Listen, so
Oh, Joe got a rival bell. I'm back with my bell too now.
That's
good.
We're going to hit it like that then. Listen, family. I thought I was seeing an episode of 300 when they gave the jobs report, because the last time I saw a messenger get killed for the message, it was on 300 with Leonidas. When my man said, look, I bring you bittings of earth and water. And Leonidas, eventually Trump must have said, this is Sparta. Since when do we kill the messenger? Because the message ain't what we wanted to hear. Unfortunately, and once again, I spoke about it yesterday on JD Live. I'm going to speak about it again today. What y'all really don't want to talk about is the consequences of your actions or your inaction. Because not voting is voting. So now you got what you got because some of you allowed it to get where it got to. And a tariff ain't nothing but a tax, since all of y'all talking about, I don't want higher taxes. I don't want higher taxes. Well, a tariff is a tax. And now you see how the jobs report, because of these laws that have been put in place for the wealthy and the rich, with the AI, with everything else. And listen, before we even get into the conversation, since I got my boy from New York City, since I got my girl from Brick City, I got to take it to the MIAO. I got to take it to the U. I got to take it to the U. I got to take it to South Beach. Y'all put your hands together for my dapper dad himself, my brother, my scholar, my frat. Here he is, Brother Bowtie is in the building. Good morning, Brother Bowtie. How you doing?
Good morning, gentlemen. We blessed to see another week. I hope we're excited about this week. Brother Fatim, how's everything, Scholar? Welcome back.
Thank you, Brother Bowtie. I'm very proud of you, my brother. You're very inspirational, my brother. I love what you bring to the show and what you represent as a man, as a black man, my brother. So continue doing what you do, my brother, because I love it. I love it, man. And they talk about where are the good black men. Well, hey, some of them are sitting up right here. I mean, I might have to dodge a couple of bullets here right now. You know how I roll, Jax. You know how I roll. I still get down a little low and dirty, but a little dirty. But on the serious side, Brother Bowtie, and let me just say to you, peace to you, assalamu alaikum, my brother. And I'm just, glad to be here. And let's just jump in and go here, because I definitely want to hit this jobs report. And hit that horn one more time, Joe. Hit that horn. Eddie Bonnet, Douglas Guidry, I'm back. Let's go. Because y'all black Republicans were talking about we would do better under Donald Trump. Well, black unemployment is the highest in years, 7.2%, double that of whites. But you said blacks would do better under the Trump administration. Hey, come on. That's the trumpet is sounded for you, fellas.
You hear that train? Because listen, I told you, I always walk in here and I'm never by myself. I always got a little help from my friends. Brother Fatim is back. Sister Jackson's in the building. Brother Bowtie is here. And last but not least, Joe, Sister Alethea is traveling. And she'll probably jump on a little bit later. But she's enjoying herself down there in Fort Lauderdale. But guess what? We got our resident Lamar Burton, because reading is fundamental. Some of y'all need to read. I swear to God, some of y'all need to read. Y'all put it together for my man, Shine P. Shine P with the Shine P experience. I see him. Come on in here.
That's right.
Shine P, good morning to you, Scholar. What's happening, Shine?
What up? It's the man, Sean P coming in live. What's up, baby? Monday morning, what it is, man. How y'all doing? Peace, and blessings. Let's kick the week off correctly. Brother Fatim, it is so good to see you back in the building. The God, Fatim, salute to one of the originals. You know what I'm talking about?
Thank you, brother.
So,
I appreciate
family,
it, man.
Let's get down to this job report. The job report came out, and the job report was not what the president wanted. He said, wait a minute. Somebody's been playing. Who done been playing with these numbers?
Mm.
Well, baby, let me tell you something. I done had some real folks who are Republican, some folk who are independent, some folk who have no party affiliations, because my daughter has a master's degree in accounting. So I talked to some of her friends who talked to some of their friends that work with some other friends. So I got some professional folks that talked to me this weekend and told me the numbers are what the numbers are.
That's right.
So we're getting into a place, and I'm going to first throw it to Brother Fatim, then I'll go to Sister Jackson, I'll go to Brother Bowtie, then Brother Sean. We are going to a place now that if you don't like what it says, you A, say it's fake news, then you B, fire the person who is the expert who actually, all they did was compile the numbers. They unbiasedly compiled the numbers and then gave to the public what the numbers say. Sister Jax, from a woman's point of view, I know y'all women really mad because y'all women check everything. Y'all check receipts. Y'all know what's going on. I know as a woman, y'all saying, really? Is this really what we going to now? That if I don't like it, all of a sudden I just dismiss it and I fire the person who said it? Come on, Sister Jax, floor is yours.
I mean, that's right. I mean, you know what? Like you mentioned, Joe, about the messenger. The messenger many times is the one that gets shot down because everybody doesn't like the message, so they're gonna kill the messenger. So that's just how it is. And women, yeah, we fact check, we look around, we see what's going on. But you know what? This is the society that we live in. So, in my opinion, whether Trump is in office or whether Biden was in office, we were going to get to this point regardless. So that's just how it is, in my opinion.
Okay, Brother Fatim, floor is yours.
Well, I when you say we get to this point, because it's kind of contrasting what I'm going to say, Sister Jack, is that we haven't gotten to this point until we got a person like Donald Trump in office. Because if you go back to Biden, if you go back to Bush and Clinton, that when the message came out and the message was not appeasing to the president, they didn't just go out there and fire the people. See, this is the whole thing of who Donald Trump is. And we've been trying to tell you what Donald Trump and where he's trying to move this country. He's a fascist. He wants to bring, he wants the power to be his and his only. He wants the spotlight to be on him. And he wants to tell the message, even if it's a false message, he wants everyone to fall in place right behind him. So that's very, very dangerous for a government that is operating like a democracy, even though we know that America isn't a democracy.
Yeah.
Brother Bowtie.
Wait, 1 second, Brother Bowtie. I think it still have happened before, but the difference is it's almost like dealing with racism. You go to the South, they just, I don't like niggas, that's just what it is, right? Whereas up north, sometimes they'll try to hide and smile and be your friend and go out to lunch, but if they don't like you, you don't really know that right up front. So I think Trump is just right up front. The same things happened before under other administrations, but they would just do it differently, I think.
It's nothing wrong with being up front. And one thing about Donald Trump, one thing that I hate to even say I like, is I don't a problem being up front. Being up front and being righteous is the right way to move. Being up front and being wrong is the wrong way to move. And when you are a leader, you can lead people into hell.
Yeah, but this country ain't never moved on righteousness. You know
No,
what I'm saying?
never has been. Never has been. You correct on that, Sister Jackson.
So Brother Bowtie, as an entrepreneur, as a businessman, as a person who solely depends on what his work is, not working for somebody, but literally making a business and working for himself. How do you feel about this jobs report? And how do you feel? I'm going to kind of caveat it after I talk to Sean and somewhere else, but talk to me. The floor is yours.
Okay. I have to say I didn't expect anything different from him. And I would say this, Sister Jackson. I believe if Kamala Harris would have won, I don't think that a lot of people would have got fired. One, we wouldn't have had Elon Musk and his whole little nerdy gang come fire everybody. So I believe we still would have had a whole bunch of jobs. But on the flip side of that, I'm liking it, but I don't like it. I'm gonna tell you why I don't like it, because we surf a lot in our particular community where, we often, as we see a lot of times, often on podcasts where there's men versus women, we comparing finance, we comparing romances, we comparing stats, comparing everything. So I think it's going to do it. I think it's going to force us to accept a person based on their quality as an individual, not as their job, but how they treat you. Are they going to be there for you? Are they going to respect you? And I said this before on this show, and I don't think it was on the show, Joe, but it was mostly all the men. And I said I would rather be happy with the love of my life, sleeping underneath a bridge, than to be in a mansion and asking if that's enough for you. So I think that's going to make us question our. I think the current event's going to make us question our integrity as individuals. Say, do we really want this? Do we want that? Have we been doing this wrong? Have we been measuring man the wrong way? Have we been measuring our life the wrong way? Have we been comparing ourselves with the Joneses? Because
Mhm.
this gonna get way worse, way worse before it get way better. But it's gonna force us to look at ourselves and say, damn, we fell into the trap. I was trying to be like the
Mm,
Jones. I
mm.
was trying to be a Trumper. I was trying to be a Republican, knowing such. What's going to happen? The most saddest thing that I see about the Black Republicans, I feel sorry for because how I was raised, to be loyal to my culture and my race. But they want to be accepted by these Republicans so bad, just to say, "Hey, I'm the house nigga, pick me." And
Uh,
Mhm.
they don't know that whether
mm.
you the house nigga or a field nigga, as
That's
Jay
right.
Z said, you still nigga.
That's right. That's right. And you know what, Brother Bowtie, Project 2025 was still going to be implemented whether Kamala was in or whether Trump was in. That was still in effect. And a lot of what we're seeing is remnants of Project 2025. And I love what Rhonda Harrison is saying because the universe has a way of cleansing itself. Trump, although I don't necessarily agree with a lot of his policies, he's still trying to get in there and cleaning stuff up. Like y'all spending too much damn money, in the wrong places. And granted, we know he wants his cronies to get what as much as they can get and bleed the system, dry for the most part. But a lot of it has to do with just cleaning up and a hard reset. And I mean, Trump is bold enough to do a lot of it, although it does impact us adversely in a lot of ways. But at the same token, it can still catapult us if we if we handle things the right way.
So let
Mm.
me go to Sean, and I want to say something briefly to what
And then I want to reply to what Brother Bowtie and Sister Jack said too.
I'll bring it back to you. So, Brother Sean, before Brother Sean come in, realize this, and this is what I want to say. Donald Trump has good rhetoric. He's very entertaining, and I think that's why a lot of us lend him an ear. But when you put his talk to the litmus test, he a bunch of hot air
Mhm.
because he not really cleaning up the swamp. If anything, he polluting it even more for his folks. So on one side, he's doing what I call the classic, and I forgot what movie this is. The movie where the politician. Oh, it was a Jack Ryan movie where the guy said, if I ain't kissing the babies, I'm stealing their lollipops. I'm doing one of the, and I'm doing them both at the same time. Brother Sean P., you're a reader. Talk to me, man. How you feel about this situation?
Well, being a historian, right, I like following patterns. Recently at Harvard University, they had a brother go and study the slavery at Harvard University, right? Well, come to find out, guess what, Joe? He found way too many slaves. He found way too many bodies, and guess what? They fired him.
Mhm.
He did his job too good. He found way too much stuff than what they thought. He got fired. So with that being said, this whole thing sounds like it's on par for how they move. It's how they rock. That's the pattern of what they do. That's what I'm hearing with the story.
All right,
That's
fam.
right.
So,
Let me,
Brother
let,
P,
yeah,
I'm
let me
gonna
just
give the floor and let you reply to what Brother Bowtie and Sister Jack said, and then I'm going to throw up something else right quick. It's 22 minutes past the hour. At the bottom of the hour, we have sports, and of course, after the Hall of Fame and football is back, we're going to really get into some stuff. Brother Fatim, floor is yours.
Yeah, you can keep everybody here because I'm kind of talking to everybody here, Joe. You know how I roll. Thank you,
They
Joe.
don't like that.
So, I'm still fatigued. You know how I roll.
Mhm.
So, one of the things that Brother Bowtie said, and it made me pause for a minute, because sometimes we say things because we get in a groove with things, and when Brother Bowtie say it's going to get way worse than it's going to get better. I do agree with that. But sometimes we need to look into that a little bit more. We hear the end of the world. Now, a lot of folks here are religious or believe in higher or spiritual, right? So we keep hearing about the end of time. Those that follow the scriptures, the Bible, the Revelations, it talks about the end of time. But every time some tough times come, the end of the world, and it never happens. So it seems like you cry wolf. Could this be another cry wolf time, or could this be the real thing?
Well,
See, that's the problem. Let me show you why this could possibly be the real thing. Presidents have had tough talks from a lot of countries. Since World War II, remember, America is the only country that has ever dropped an atomic weapon, right? Last week, tough talk between Russia and America. What did Donald Trump? He summoned 2 nuclear submarines, not submarine, nuclear submarines closer to Russia. Russia could look at that as an act of war.
Mhm.
Don't play with Russia. They might be in Ukraine having a tough time, but
Yeah.
if they hit them buttons, oh, trust, this is over. So we got to be careful because it's been cry wolf for a long time. But when is that reality going to kick in that the real day eventually is going to come? And since no one knows the day or the hour, you better be careful because this may not be a cry wolf time this time.
That's
So let
right.
me go to Sean P right quick. It's 24 minutes past the hour. Sean, you're a former Navy man. Talk to me, brother. Talk to me. Talk to me about what you were about to say and put in the aspect because you're a former Navy man. Come on.
Well, now, Brother Petit talking about the end times, right? And it's seeming like it's a cry for wolf, if you will. But what if it's not really an end time like we think it is? It's the end of the world as we know it, right? So back in 2000, when I graduated, they were saying, man, the Y2K, the world
Yeah.
gonna end, everything gonna crash. But it seemed like it didn't, right? But we will all agree on this panel, the world is way different now than
Yes.
it was prior to.
Yes.
So that was an end time, if you will, right? And we've
Yes.
had other end times where time still went on, but the time as you know it has shifted. That's the end time, in my opinion, as far as the metaphor or the allegory of that phrase.
Listen, I love the
Go
way you
ahead, my
just said
brother.
that, Sean. I love that because many a times our perception is not God's perception. It says clearly in this book right here, and it says it in many holy scriptures and parchment. The way you think ain't the way he think. The way
Absolutely.
you see it ain't the way he see it. Yes, we might be. Guess what? There could have been a lot of end times, a lot of resets. Because if I remember correctly in these scriptures, once again, I said something yesterday. I hope some folks caught. You need to read these things for yourself and stop listening to other folk. First, read it for yourself and ask for him to impart in you a little understanding and a little bit of just common sense. But in here, there's a story about a place called Sodom and Gomorrah. And
That's
there
a
was
reset.
a lot of there was
That's
a
a
lot of
reset, Joe.
hold it.
Yeah.
There was a lot of
resets, but there's also an end. That's a
Yeah.
final end to that
Correct.
book.
Hold it,
Yeah,
hold
you're
it,
right.
and hold it, brother Bowtie. I'll be back. And you know, one of the great things is if you remember one of the stories in this book, God sent many folk, many places, and said, "Look, I need y'all to go in there. Come on, find me one righteous people. Come on, I just need to find." He kept sending until finally, and Lord knows how many times, it really doesn't tell you how many times he sent folk in there to try to find me somebody righteous, find me. Then he finally found some folks and said, "Look, I can't fix this thing. Y'all need to get out and don't turn back. Y'all need to leave and don't turn back." So I like what Brother Sean said, because many a time, sadly, we have blinders on like horses, and it's got to be our way or the highway. And guess what? Our way or the highway might not be God's way or the way God see it or the way God has been doing these resets. We don't know. I'm really glad you said that, Sean. You have elevated my mind. You have elevated my mindset to think a little differently now. I appreciate you. Go ahead, Sean.
Joe, you know, in the Noah story, right? Noah spent all them years building the ark. That man out there, he 100-something years old already. Building the ark. The whole town was just laughing at him. Oh, you building the ark? It ain't never rained before. Until it started sprinkling. So right now in social media, people seeing things like, man, that ain't gonna happen. Man, that ain't gonna happen. Man, that can't happen until it starts raining.
Hey.
Yeah,
like
but I don't
right
want.
now,
I just want to say this, Sean and Joe and Brother Bowtie and Sister Jax. I don't want us to do what other people do. Make the scriptures fit what not to say our narrative, but to turn it around. If you are talking about that book, I'm talking about those that talk about that book, because you know how I roll. I break it down. But if y'all don't talk about the book, then deal with what the book says. So what Sean says, I get it and I understand. But what Joe said, there's numerous resets. The flood, there's numerous resets, but you don't see no more quote unquote prophets being sent to this world in a sense of like the prophets in the Bible or the Holy Quran in Prophet Muhammad. So if we look at this for what it is, stop twisting the word. If you go by the word, and if the word says that come out of her in Revelations, understand that that great Babylon is falling, and this is it for the new world to come into. This is going out so the new can come in.
No,
Don't
that's
twist the
28.
words if y'all talk about that book.
Hey,
I
28.
agree with that. Look, Joe and Fatine, I thought about y'all on Saturday night because it seemed like it was the end of the world again. There was another earthquake here in
Earthquake.
Jersey.
Right.
Yes.
Hold it in Jersey. Right.
Yes, and
Right. Hold it.
I felt it. I was in my living room, and my daughter, she goes away to college next week, and we're getting everything all packed up, and I'm sitting on the couch folding up some of her clothes, and I was like, oh shoot, I heard my window like rattling, and my plants were shaking, and I heard things chiming in the window, and the couch was shaking, and I was like, oh my God, like what in the world is going on? About 10:25, another earthquake hit. I said, Lord have mercy, we're
There
fatigued.
was also a big, huge volcano eruption somewhere. It had
Yeah.
nothing in Florence. Where was it?
On the outskirts of Russia.
Yes. It's been like 400 some years since the volcano erupted at that place. And the volcano, so I watch all these world events
Yeah, and you
happening.
know what's crazy? When like
And
not
they
long
was able
after
to
the
see it from space, actually.
yeah, and you know what's crazy? Not long after I left the house after the earthquake, because I had to pick my son up from this event, and I go to pick him up, and I'm on the highway. The moon was the eeriest color I've ever seen. It was like sometimes on really hot days the moon appears a little orange, but this moon was such a weird color that I had never seen before. Right after the earthquake, and I was like, "What in the world is going on?"
Mother Earth has a way of correcting herself. I'm telling you. And I think somebody said that earlier. It is we are at the 30. We are waiting for the arrival of Elijah Nixon, where we can talk sports, but we can continue this
They go to
conversation.
prophet. They go to
But
prophet
I
Elijah.
think
They go to
That's
prophet.
right.
He
go
coming.
back to what you said, Joe. Mother Nature was here before we was here, and
Come
she's
on.
going to be here when we long gone.
Come
So
on.
whatever she need to correct, she's going to correct
That's
herself.
right.
She don't need man to do it. She don't need approval from no God, because she don't believe in no God like we do. But all the minerals that we stole, all the disaster, all the problems that we created for this earth, she's going to cleanse herself and say, okay, let me get this
She go
thing back right.
control all delete. Like on the computer, control all
Yeah.
delete. She go
Yeah.
just
Right.
hit that.
Right. She don't ask who in office.
Yeah.
Hold it,
Yeah.
Not at
hold it.
all.
She don't care who in office. She don't care who the leading country is.
We did.
Hold it.
We
She is
we've
the
been
ultimate.
damaging. I don't
Hold
know if you've seen the latest with what's going on with the new ocean that's forming in Africa, but they've
Uh-huh.
been mining and digging for so much gold over there in the northern part of Africa that it's actually forming a new ocean. And supposedly this ocean will actually split Africa completely in half. It won't damage it, but as the ocean come, like it slowly moves away. So some of the countries will be split, some of the countries will stay together. But when based off the scientific method, it has like a straight line going directly in the middle of Africa, and the ocean's supposed to be supposedly like get to as wide as of 40 miles wide.
Mm.
And
And you know
I
what?
see
And that's
where
deep. Go ahead.
I see where Van Jones posted a thing in here. And listen,
Yeah.
folks have been talking about spiritual destruction and the end of time since the departure. Hold it. But I think before it, they just might not be in parchment. Before the arrival of the Christ and after the departure of the Christ, people have been talking about end times. This is it. This is it. Here's what I want to say to folks. And this is just my opinion. I'm not speaking for nobody but Joe. Live your life the way you feel like it needs to be lived. Because like I said yesterday, too many of y'all are lazy. And because you're lazy, you try to not live your life the way you want to live it, but you go to churches, you go to mosques, you go to spiritual places, and you let the person, whoever is the person who runs the spiritual place, be the person who imparts to you on how you should live your life. But guess what? When you stand before the Creator, and it says that in all holy parchment, I don't care what your spirituality is. It says one day you will stand before the one that created your spiritual you, and you will give an accountance. I can't say, well, Brother Fatim said, my creator, he ain't here to speak for you. Only let the work you have done speak for you. Not what others told you. The work you hold it. That's why you got to read it. I'm on the journey right now. I'm on my 7th journey. It's funny. 7 is completion. I'm on my 7th journey of reading this thing from cover to cover. And I'm at a place right now that I'm reading about some stuff, and I'm like, I didn't catch that the
That's
last
right.
6 times. So then you ask for some discernment, some understanding, and all you're getting, get
Get understanding.
understanding.
Mhm.
See, because you can be wise with no understanding, and you'll come across foolish to those that need to get the information from you that you need. Because guess what? Sometimes you don't have to say a word. You just have to be who you're supposed to be. And folks will watch you and observe you. Sometimes your words will kill your situation more than anything else.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely. And you know, I do love what Von Jones was saying in terms of the sexual distractions the enemy uses is scary to the enemy, because you know there are so many sexual distractions just across the board, and it's always been sexual distractions and sexual immorality. But many times in our community, we don't want to have these conversations. And these conversations, this sexual immorality and sexual choices is what's destroying our Black community, straight up. You know,
So,
so we really
so
have
let
to
me,
Well,
let me, let me,
I
let me,
will add to that.
I got a comment on that.
I'm
So
gonna let
I
brother.
think
Hold on,
I
brother.
think-
15. I forgot something. I gotta say something. I forgot something. 34 minutes past the hour. I forgot. Brother Elijah is traveling with the. Well, I
Oh,
got
we
my
got
Memphis.
his mom and his dad.
Right, I got my Memphis shirt on. His mom and dad are supposed to be coming on, so I'm waiting to see when they come on. They haven't came on yet. They're not in the green room, but we have a special treat today. We have Elijah's mom and dad that are supposed to be coming on, so they're probably. I'm gonna send a message to Elijah. But brother Fatim, while I'm doing that, go ahead with your comment.
So you know what Sister Jack says is correct, but and Brother Von, I'm not going to twist your words. It's true, but it's like you know, there's a lot of distractions out here. The enemy will use anything to distract you. You understand? And they will, and the enemy will use things that touches your emotions. And see, everything has a proper place. So that's why I don't like to use the words, sexual distractions. Even though you're right, Sister Jax, they are distractions out here and they get us off our game. You got to realize a lot of dynasties and people went to war because of sexual situations. And we get that. We understand that because that remember, sex is almost, it's like almost to breathing and eating is not as intense, but it's very close. And I think that there's a lot of distractions out here. And I think that there's a conversation and a place for everything, because the way Vaughn says it is that when we do have these conversations about sex or sexual distractions or whatever, it takes away from the important things. No, we have to have a conversation about any and everything, because you know why? Because we deal with life. When we get off here, we go and we deal with work. We deal with this. We deal with our mate. We deal with sex. So we gotta have these conversations, because relationships are at an upheaval because of what? Because we're sexual beings. So it's a proper place and a proper time for every type of conversation.
So here's what I like to respond to that. 36 minutes past the hour. Here's what I found out by talking to some friends. And this is what I found out. I agree and somewhat disagree. And here's why. I have a very good friend, very beautiful sister. And she and I, in a conversation, she said she's been celibate 7 years. Now, I know
Hello?
her son. I know her son. 7 years. I know her son. Hold it. I'm just saying. So
And I'm shaking.
that caught me when she said it, because we're very good friends. She's like a little sister to me. I love her dearly. Love her dearly. And I know her son. I'm kind of like to play uncle to her son. Never, ever been nothing more than brother and sister. Know her real brothers, very good friends with them. But when she told me for 7 years she'd been celibate, I had to ask her. I said, now, are we talking celibate? Are we talking about I haven't been with men celibate? She said, I haven't been with men in 7 years. She said, if you want me to talk about complete celibacy, I've been celibate for 4 years. And I said, how'd that work for you? And she said, believe it or not, Joe, it's almost like going on a detox fast where You go to a
Amen.
point in your life that you say, I'm going to get myself physically together, and all I'm going to do is hit the gym every day until I get myself the way I need to be. She said, I'm good. I'm good. She said, honestly, do I think, she said, will I break this celibacy? She said, yes, when God delivers to me what I have been praying for. She said,
Amen.
I'll know in my spirit. I'll know when it comes. She said, and I'll break. And she said, and I won't break it until my mindset. She said, because she said something that blessed my soul. She said, just because we may give vows to one another, he said, my celibacy won't be broken till my spirit says this is the time for me to give it. He said, and she said, when it is said so, I'll make that move. I was completely flabbergasted because I told her, I thank you for the honesty, because it says most folks will say, I've been celibate 7 years. I said, they won't drill down and tell you the truth. Yeah, I've been celibate from men for 7 years, but I got a whole household full of pleasure things that I pleasure myself. She said, no, I've been celibate 7 years from a man. She said, and in that 3-year time period, she said, I pleasured myself a lot. But she said, I got to the point that I saw that wasn't even working. So she said, I said, I am going to cut the rope. And she said, for 4 years, she hasn't did anything.
But Joe,
I just got to give her a round of
to
applause on that.
the main point of the conversation, though, when you said that story, you know what I heard? I heard
What?
an incredibly disciplined person.
Oh,
I heard an incredibly focused, sharp, not distracted. I got the horse blinders on my path person. And that's what the brother was saying in the comments. Like, let's not be deterred to the left or to the right. Let's be on that path, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what I heard in that story.
That's right. And
Well,
you know,
I heard
that's a
something. I
beautiful.
heard something different, and I
Okay.
agree, Sister Jax and Joe, and what the sister said about waiting for what she's looking for. But that's a choice. I got that. When you detox from something, that means you had a wobble in your life. That means you've done something that was not good or kosher in your life. That's why you detox. That's why you detox. You don't just wake up one morning, I ain't gonna have sex. That don't make sense. The reason why you detox is because of a reason how you've been moving and how you've been moving or utilizing something in a wrong way, and you got to correct that. And how we tend to correct something is we go to the other extreme. There's nothing wrong with going to the other extreme to correct it, but you got to bring back balance. And if you don't bring back balance, then you keep that wobble in your life. I see Joe's face there. And what I mean is,
I'm getting ready to go to
what I
Brother
mean
Bowtie.
is-
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm
Okay.
just going to go to Brother
So
Bowtie.
it's just like in sex, in sex, like I respect the sister for waiting. That's there. But when you use the word detox, you mean you're detoxing from something that you was doing wrong or incorrectly. And when you realize, and Jax, you know this from scientific, when you have sex, what happens? Endorphins are released, certain things are released. You know that if you went without sex for 2 weeks, but you're a sexual being, and then you have sex, boy, you be floating. You be feeling good. Because those hormones, brothers, you know what I'm saying. Let's be real. I'm feeling good today from since last night. I'm feeling good today on a real line because this is science. This is a body that is made of emotion. It's made of flesh, but we got to correct the wrong things that we're doing. But sometimes we go to the extreme. And I've seen a lot of people that have had unhealthy diets and made a correction, and I applaud them. But they go so hard to the extreme. They got on soy. Now they did it too much to the point that became a problem. So you got to realize that one extreme to another extreme is not always healthy. If you continue with that extreme, you got to bring some kind of balance. Now, if this sister is waiting for God, remember what I said. God ain't going to talk to you and call you on the phone and say, that's the brother. You got to get out there and do the work. That's what God said. You got to get out there and do the work. I'm not waiting for God to say, I understand God's word. I walk in God's righteousness. And while I walk in God's righteousness, I hope that person is revealed to me. That's what I say to
Brother
that.
Bowtie.
Okay.
Brother
Okay.
Bowtie. Brother Bowtie. Come on, brother.
Well, I don't know whether to say congratulations to the sister or just let her know that I'm yet praying for her.
Okay.
But
My number
but on the
is
serious note,
407.
one when we talk about sexual distraction, I don't think we paying attention to where we stay at, because we have a sexual distraction from the White House to our goddamn house, to be honest with us. Because
Mhm.
Joe, we just talked about this last week.
Yeah,
We go
did.
to a lot of family events, and there's a whole bunch of molesters in our goddamn family that we gotta
That's right.
walk over little humps
That's
and
right.
miles and hills just to speak to the cousin that we want to speak to who did molest us. So we gotta walk past 3 or 4 molesters just to get to our cousin who we want to hang with. So the White House fucked up, our governor's fucked up, our house is fucked up. But I think what's more important is us. You know, as much as time that I see a lot of times we like to go back and forth with women and debate and stuff like that. I
Mhm.
believe us as a man, we need to tighten up with a lot of things that we do. I just
Come
had
on.
this conversation
Come
yesterday
on.
with my sons, and my oldest son, man, he's like, I don't know if he ever gonna get married, Joe, and I don't think he ever gonna have kids because
That's the one I met in New Orleans, right?
no, that's the baby.
Okay,
That's,
the baby. So the other one was the one that was at home. Okay, okay,
yeah, the baby is the wild one.
okay.
Everybody on here need to pray for him.
Our
But-
Father.
Hold on, Bow
who
Tie.
art in
Hold on,
heaven.
before you even go there. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is. The prophet Elijah himself has arrived into the building. It is Elijah Nixon with sports. Let's give it up, because Elijah got some folks that he about to bring into the building.
Good morning. Good morning, y'all.
Good
Good
morning,
morning,
Scarlett.
brother Elijah. Good
All right,
morning, my
look.
brother.
Look. I can't give myself the credit for naming myself, but I could give myself some. Listen, where I got my personality from, where I got my looks from. Well, my mom. I got my looks from.
Come on now.
But-
Come on
Yeah.
now.
I'm gonna introduce them, and I'm gonna let them do all the talking. Are y'all ready?
Bring
We
them.
Yes,
ready.
sir.
Bring them.
This is my dad and mom. How you doing?
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Pops, Pops, I had to do it. Hey, tell Elijah, sit him down. Hey,
That's not my
I had
son.
to do that for Pops. Pops understand these gray hairs ain't playing with you.
Yeah, that's not my son. That's his mother's son. I raised Steelers.
So- So
Yeah.
listen, man, it's been set. Listen, we love your son. We love having him on here. I say it every time. Elijah, since I first met Elijah back in the cut, and Elijah has did a lot of stories. He has worked with me. I'm telling y'all right now, remember, come back to this old gray-haired silver fox and say, remember, he said it. Da-da-da, da-da-da. Your son gonna be on the ESPN desk one day. And it's gonna be one day soon. It's gonna fool y'all. Y'all gonna be saying, that happened quick. Da-da-da, da-da-da. It's coming.
It
Coming.
won't be in Bristol, right?
Come here.
No, it won't be in Bristol, right?
Come
That
here.
means he's coming back home.
Yeah, come here. Because y'all in Connecticut. How's the weather up there in Connecticut right now?
Right now, it's cool.
Oh, okay.
We just had a little heat wave.
Okay.
Mhm.
So are you convinced with me? Because we got a Cowboy fan here. I don't want to mention no name, brother.
Uh-oh.
You know I got the gear, baby.
Hold it.
I get the hat right there.
Hey.
Hey.
7 rings. This year, I'm telling you, the NFL is so rigged, they're going to give Aaron Rodgers a ring on his way out. We got 7 rings coming. I said it. I'm sticking to it.
I'm right
Mm.
behind
7
you.
rings.
And I'm right
Dolphin
behind
fan. We got Dolphins. We got Cowboys. Who you with, Sean? Who you with?
Well, I am a Patrick Mahomes fan. I'm a Chiefs guy, based on Patrick Mahomes boy. I like Patrick,
Not a
man.
bad choice. Not
He
a bad
dope. He
choice.
dope.
Rain is over.
Not a bad- not a bad
choice. Not a bad choice. Hey, Jack.
Not a
since
bad-
you're the only
not a
lady
bad
here
choice. It's
outside-
just that he's
outside. Now I'm gonna ask
Wait a
Elijah's
minute.
mom who she with, but Jax, who you with? Who you with?
Well, like I always tell y'all, my best friend's husband played for the Cowboys, so I rock with the Cowboys.
Oh Lord. Miss Elijah, mama, who you with?
But I really like the Jets, but that's a whole nother story.
I'm gonna go with the Steelers.
See there, somebody got some man.
She's supporting her husband. I love that. I
She's
love that.
supposed to.
Uh,
Hold it. They won flag.
Nah, she's supposed to.
to.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, that is true. Could I say something real quick? Because
Come on.
you know, real quick, and I want to say to the parents, but you know, I'm saying this to the parents, but I'm really first. Let me just say this to brother Elijah, because when Joe started hashtag Truth Be Told, and me, him, and Sister Jax were starting this and then moving forward, and then when he came back, I wasn't here, but I supported the show and watched the show time to time. I'm very proud of what Elijah brings to the table with sports, and for me being in New York. And I remember when the New York Yankees were not, there was not really much black reporters going in. And I mentioned this to Reverend Sharpton, and Reverend Sharpton had a meeting with George Steinbrenner. George Steinbrenner said, "Oh, I realized that is a problem." He said, "Do you have some people in mind?" He said, "Yes." And I was one of the first to go into Yankee Stadium as a black reporter, not the first, but one of the first as a group of people of color. So I say to Brother Elijah, on the great work that you do, but we know that for him to get where he is today, and for him to continue to move forward, is who and what has poured into them. And those are his parents that we have on the screen. So I thank you for the work that you do. It's hard work out there. We as black folks have to work twice as hard than our white counterparts. Everything ain't about racism, but in the reality of this world, unfortunately, when we have a name like Elijah, that's what we're talking about now, because people discriminate against names that, quote unquote, people associate with being black. But your brother has the talent, he has the skills, and I thank you. I thank you for keeping him on track and doing the great job that you have done as parents. So I just say thank you and job well done.
Thank
So
you.
mom and dad, I'm going to give y'all the screen for a minute. I want y'all to say whatever it is y'all want to say. If y'all want to talk sports, we can talk sports. But if y'all just want to say something to the people, the mic is yours. The platform is yours. It's on you. Pops, I'll let you kick off, and Mom, I'll let you finish. All good men start off first, and then the woman comes in and always makes it right, because we're going to say something that she got to correct. Go ahead.
I appreciate the invite. We are a sports family. There's 6 of us, 7 counting me. That's why we talk about sports. Elijah carried the mantle very well. We appreciate him. We wish he get his stories right though, but I can't correct him because I'm just a watcher. But next time I'll put some in the comments.
That part.
Amen.
That part. Mom, that's your baby. That's your baby. Come on now. Come through, mama. Come through.
He is the baby. He's number 6 of the 6 sons that we have.
Amen.
He held up on his end, but he had a great role model, this young man over here, as well as his older brothers. And being the only queen in the house, they was very respectful growing up. I have no.
Oh, you were fully protected, sis.
Yeah. How? Let me ask them real quick, and then everybody. You know, we talk about the good things. We look at Brother Elijah. We look at y'all. We look well, and and respect to you moms, because we know that us men. You know how we walk with our head up, but if our queen was not right beside us, then we would fall off at the end of the day. The sisters are the glue, and honestly, that leader of the family from a different perspective. So thank you on that. But can y'all talk about, since we have parents here, and all of us are pretty much on this screen as parents, but now since you came on as parents, as guests, talk about some of the challenges that it was raising your children and basically raising Black children in a society that we have systemic racism. How did you nurture them through some of the tough times, if there were tough times and challenges for y'all?
First of all, you got to have faith in God. Second, you got to make sure your kids are surrounded with the knowledge to survive. Growing up in the 80s and the 90s, we always chasing that bag the wrong way.
Come on, talk to them.
So you have to teach your kids that bag don't last forever. But what we do is you take the correct steps, right? Last forever. Elijah's a man of faith, because he do some moves I shake my head at, but he always come on top.
Amen.
Because he jumps state to state, and I'll be like, this kid's crazy. I tell his mom all the time, said, this boy got more faith than me. So that faith has a mustard seed. It really does work.
Yes. And you guys have 6 boys. That is amazing. If you could elaborate more and even tell us, the importance of family, because we talked about sexual immorality earlier in the show, but the importance of a husband and wife coming together, raising these children, and especially under the umbrella of faith. If you could just share a little bit more of that with us.
Again, foundation is faith. We brought the boys up in church.
Amen.
And not only for any role models that he had as his dad, but we also included his brothers, his uncles, his grandmother. It took a village of all of them, and not only close friends, family and friends. As long as we keep somebody on the right track, and they was there and they was willing to help whenever they was hard times that we thought we couldn't handle, or they thought they didn't, they know better. Teenagers, they think they know everything. And I say, if you don't think we're doing it the right way, go talk to your uncles, go talk to your grandmas, go talk to your cousins, go talk to somebody who's positive in your life. And you will realize that it is a foundation, and you will take it from there. But with Elijah, he always had a strong head on his shoulders. And he always followed his dream. And I always told him, follow your dreams. It's going to take you where you want to be, but you got to keep God first.
Your gift,
something in the
gift will make room for you. Your gift will make room for you. I just heard that in my spirit. Yeah. Your gift will make room for you. Listen, we are so honored to have y'all here, my fellow Steeler fans out there in the great state of Connecticut. Listen, it is 6 minutes to the stop of the hour.
I'm sorry.
We understand we got the Dolphins and the Cowboys in the building. We got the Chiefs too, and the Jets, and somebody who's a little Cowboys on the side. With that being said, Elijah, if you're right there with your mom and dad, is he right there still beside y'all?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So Elijah, it is about that time that we do the closing words for this 1 hour of power that we give people. And since you brought mom and dad on here, I'm going to let y'all get the first set of closing words. Y'all go ahead and do it. Don't forget to tell them about the Fitz Take now. Tell them about the Fitz Take.
First of all, thank y'all for allowing my parents to come up here. But yeah, the Fitz Take is our podcast with me and Jamarcus. You can get it on any listening or audio platform, from YouTube to Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon, anything that you could get anything you can listen to or have a visual platform on, you can watch it. But also on the side note, I'm happy the world get to see my mom and dad for the person that they raised. I'm just a spitting image of them. If you heard what they said, they were saying nothing but the truth. I relied on family my whole life, and I'm gonna continue to do that as I start my own. So I want to say thank y'all for allowing it again, and I can't wait to see y'all tomorrow and give y'all some more sports.
That's what I'm talking about. My man Elijah. So let's jump from Elijah. We're gonna go to brother Sean P and the Sean P Experience. Sean, close me out, baby.
Yes, sir, man. The Sean P Experience on YouTube. Check out my last episode from last Thursday. I had a sister, Michelle Kopak. She's the actress on the brand new Washington Black series on Hulu right now with Sterling K. Brown. Had on the podcast. She's also a voice narrator, narrating books. She gave us some good secrets behind the game of audio and being in the booth. Don't know all about that. So go and check out the Sean P Experience on YouTube.
That part. Brother Bowtie, give it up to me, my friend.
Got you, Scholar. What it is, what it ain't, what we gonna do about it. Let's talk about it. Let's do something about it. Brother Bowtie. Follow me on all social media at Bowtie Untied. Follow me on my personal Facebook page at Antonio Copley, which is support my Bowtie business. Go to www.brothersbowties.com. Before I get out of here, let me leave you guys with a message. Focus on what control and keep you moving forward. Better days are coming. Your patience and your persistence will pay off one day. I love you guys and be safe.
Sister Jax, come on, my sister, come through.
What's up, everybody? Thank you so much to Elijah's parents. It made me misty tears in my eyes, because for me, raising my children, up with the Most High is the most valuable thing that you could ever do for your children. So thank you so much for sharing that, because Elijah is a dope little kid, but grown man. But anyway, if nobody told you they love you today, y'all already know who loves you. Your girl Jax. I love you. Be safe. Be blessed. Look, y'all, I can't wait to get into the rest of this conversation tomorrow when we start talking about celibacy, because I have my own journey that I was on as well. So I can't wait to delve into that. So if nobody told you they love you today, Jax loves you. May life last, and may your reality surpass your dreams. Love the life you live and live the life you love. Until tomorrow, peace out.
That's what I'm talking about. And the guest that's in the building, the alum of hashtag Truth Be Told Community Conversation, Brother Fatim. Give it to me, Brother Fatim.
Appreciate that, and Sean P, send me a book, because when we start talking celibacy, I need something to read while they're having that conversation. But on the serious side, yes, Jack, we do need that. Let me say this. Good to be back with the team, and good to see the new additions that have taken this and moving forward with this. And Joe, let me just thank you, brother, because this has been your vision for a long time. And there's a lot of things that you do, and there's a lot of challenges in your life, but you kept your word, you kept your promise, and you moving this forward. So I want to say that we didn't get a chance to chop it up with Elijah on the sports thing, but I am so glad that we got a chance to chop it up with his parents. Let me just say this real quick. Congratulations to the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame inductees that were inducted, and they had the ceremony over the weekend. Ichiro Suzuki, CC Sabathia, Billy Wagner, and then Dave Parker, and not many people are mentioned Dick Allen, who was a major force in baseball when Dick Allen played. So it's good to be back. I tell everybody, just take one day at a time. I'm just going to not philosophize this morning. Just take one day at a time. Try to be better today than you was yesterday. As that's one of Joe's mottos there. And I'll leave it there and look forward to be here the rest of the week.
That's what I'm talking about. So listen, family, on the behalf of Sister Alethea, Sister Jax, Brother Bowtie, Sean P with the Sean P Experience, my brother, the prophet himself, Elijah Nixon, with sports, and his mom and dad on there today, and our brother, the great esteemed alum of hashtag Truth Be Told, Brother Fatim. I am Joe Dupree, and this is hashtag Truth Be Told, JD Live, your early morning get up, wake up. Today, as Brother Fatim just said, I say it all the time, and I end it every time the same way. Be better today than you were yesterday. And do something today. Please do something today to be a blessing to somebody somewhere that no matter what you, there's no earthly way they could ever pay you back. And always remember this, that there is no secret what God can do. What he has done for others, willing he can for you. For when God is with you, when the Most High is with you, when you went to him first, and he told you to move on the thing, don't worry about what the naysayers say, because when God is with you, nobody or nothing can stand against you. Tomorrow will be Tell the Truth Tuesday. We'll be back. Special guest, alum, Brother Fatim will be back in the building, and we're going to get into some great conversation. This is your 1 hour of power to get your day going, get your day started. Get up, wake up, and do something. We up out of here. Peace.